mentioned earlier, Jordan Davis in a position battle there.
Yes.
Because that is one of the biggest, most interesting questions right now about this team, and training camp is going to give you some insight into that. Like, that's exciting. Because, I mean, think about this. I would say Jordan Davis is in a legitimate camp battle right now with Fletcher Cox for first downs. Right?
Yes, absolutely.
So now you're going to get a competition where, okay, how does that work out for Fletcher Cox? I mean, it's probably better. I would rather have Jordan Davis win that competition. I mean, the Eagles are they're in better shape if he's in there for first downs, he's getting those reps, maybe he's getting certain second downs, and then Fletcher Cox is coming in occasionally on second and third. Like, just have them complement each other and keep each other fresh in their own way. Jordan Davis has to learn this game and, like, learn all of the length of being an NFL player. He doesn't have that, and everything's projected it's going to take time. Okay, so then Fletcher Cox on the back end, you want him for pass rushing downs. That's something they want to develop with Davis, so let Cox be that guy. But I'm not sure if that's a guaranteed thing, but it should be.
Yeah.
Right? Like
I would almost be shocked if that's the way this doesn't go. You know, like it's you want to – I mean, you want Fletcher to probably use every penny of that $14 million that you just paid him, but in terms of – I don't even think Jordan's got to go off the field. We have this inherent thing still from the draft, and old Fatty Bones McGee to the left of me as well. Can't get this out of his head. And actually, shout out to, I think, Jerry on the text line, 215-509-5833, who said he was going to make you a shirt called the South Philly Shamer, which I'm totally for, by the way. I just, you haven't gotten that out of your head. Why is Jordan Davis coming off the field on third down? What if he stays on with Fletcher Cox and Hargrave, and you got this weird, 3D tackle / nose tackle front, and then you've got all these toys to play with in the back between all the guys you mentioned, Hassan Reddick and all the speedy, even your boy Davion Taylor, if he's healthy, might see some blitz packages out there. So, like, I don't envision Jordan Davis leaving the field on third downs at all, but I do agree wholeheartedly that that's where Fletcher Cox should lie, is on second and third down, and Jordan's just in there with his healthy young bones and everybody else kind of rotated in and out, and you've got Hargrave, too, to pick some of that up, who has been fantastic since he's been here. So, yeah, like, if Jordan Davis isn't creeping towards being there on third downs, if I'm wrong on that, in, like, week 5 or 6, yeah, I would probably have some concerns about, okay, I don't know if he's going to get there, but to the whole episode's point, there could be this whole, I don't know what they're going to ask Jordan Davis to do either, which is great. Is he going to be the bowling ball? Is he going to be the linchpin? Is he going to be the, I don't know. But yes, Fletcher Cox on third downs makes me excited. Let that boy rest.
Yeah, it's
Man,
really.
You're 31. I don't know why I'm calling you that. Sorry.
It just happens.
Yeah.
But yeah, and that's the other stuff too that you're talking about a little bit of, like, where are these guys going to line up? Because, okay, Josh Sweat, we know he's on the outside. He's going to be standing up occasionally. We know that's going to happen with Hassan Reddick as well. But, like, okay, is Javon Hargrave going to play a 3-4 end? I would figure we see some snaps of that. Milton Williams, we could probably see some snaps of that. Is Fletcher Cox going to do that at all? Are they going to play Jordan Davis? Could they play Milton Williams, Fletcher Cox, Javon Hargrave, and Jordan Davis?
Yeah.
Could they play all of them at the same time?
Throw Brandon Graham in there, too, while we're at it. I mean, that's just another thing of, like, I don't know where he's going to fit, and I don't know if he's going to go back to the old Chip Kelly, stand up for a little bit, put his hand in the ground for the other part of it or whatever, but yeah, it's an interesting defensive line group, which now is, for the first time outside of Brandon Graham, catering to where I think Fletcher Cox should have been his whole career. I know he loves playing in the 4-3 or whatever that is, but man, this is really, really interesting and fun at the same time. So, yes,
yeah.
100%.
It's just going to be weird, too, thinking about, like, where do the sacks come from with the defensive tackles, right? Because, like,
nowhere. That's my hot take.
And maybe not. I don't know. But Hargrave was such a sack monster last year. I mean, he had games where he just absolutely dominated in stretches. And so thinking about him, like, all right, how many sacks is he going to have this year? I don't know. That would be one of those things if we start getting into, like, over-unders and all that, thinking about, like, all right, what does Vegas peg Hargrave for a sack total for the year? I would love to see what that is.
But yeah,
right.
T's going to get on there right now, I think.
There we go.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, those are the kinds of things that, like, it is so exciting though, right? Because we have no idea. Like, trying to project anything for this defense is radically new. It's radically different, and it's something that we haven't seen since. I mean, God, I've never seen it in my lifetime. Really, outside of the Billy Davis era, I've just never seen it. I don't know what it looks like. And to your point, if Jonathan Gannon is going to get a head coaching job after this year, they've committed to this as a philosophy. Like, you just signed Hassan Reddick to a big deal. This is how you're going to be now.
Yeah, and whatever happens here, it's just probably basic tinkering from who is ever in-house, because you're not going to – I don't think you hire from the outside on this once if Jonathan Gannon does get a head coaching job. So they're probably line up, and I apologize. I don't even know who their linebacker coach or their DB coach or anybody is at this moment, and I'll figure out your name if you're around next year coaching this defense. But, yeah, that's – exciting and scary at the same time, because it's Howie Roseman going, this guy gets it and he's not going to be here next year. You get the whole thing. Blah, 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 blah. You know, I just don't think they want to deal with defense. They just want to find somebody that just deals with that side of the ball, and they finally trust Jonathan Gannon to do it, just like they did with Jim Schwartz, and they can go, okay, cool. We can just work on our computers and look at quarterbacks and be happy on this side, because that's what we do best. That's kind of what the vibe I'm getting with this too. Do you get that?
So are you thinking then that Gannon's going to be Jim Schwartz too?
Of course.
Yeah.
He already is. They gave him Milton Williams. They kicked out Tom Donahue. Like, he won. So they're like, okay, you win. You win how we won. You get the defense now.
Like, if that was part of the thing, because if I was Nick Sirianni and I was going into this and hiring a defensive guy like Gannon, who's my buddy and I'm really campaigning for, then that's what I would want.
Yeah.
Because, like, that's one of the fundamental things of doing anything, right? You have to realize the shit you don't want to do and go, yes, you are the guy that does those things because you like doing the stuff that I don't want to do. You know?
Yeah.
It's just the natural order of things. And it is crazy to me that more teams don't do that, or you can't find that balance enough. It's usually a guy who, like, wants a head coaching job and can't get it. But to just go, hey, we're going to pay you a lot of money. You still have all the say on the defense. And by the way, no one's cursing you as much on the radio, in the papers. You don't have to do as many interviews or public appearances.
Yep.
Like, that's a pretty good place to be. I mean, really, that's a nice job.
Yeah.